So a draw with Alloa, points have still been added to the board. What's your feelings on the result, first of all?
Obviously, where we are in the league at this season, we're expecting to win every game. We want to win every game, we're getting to every game trying to win it, and we didn't get the outcome that we wanted. But when we look at the bigger picture of it, it's another point on the board at a difficult place. We get beat there last time, and I think that historically we found it quite a difficult place to go, as a lot of teams have, because it's they've won, they're a good team, but it's a tough surface to play on at times. So from that perspective, looking back, I think we're disappointed not to get 3, but we'll take a point and move forward.
Do you think that the results that you've had in the last couple of weeks are perhaps giving the team a bit more motivation going into Friday night to try and get the 3 points?
I think the games we've had recently have been against teams who have set up to stop us playing, to pack the defence, try and get a point and get up the road, and it can be very difficult to break down. I think we've lacked a little bit of quality once we get into these final areas, a wee bit of energy at times as well to go beyond people, and it's something we spoke about. And I think the game Friday night will be totally different. Inverness, we know John very well for a number of years. John is an attack-minded coach. He'll be coming down here on Friday to win the game. They have to win the game to try and catch us. So it'll be a bit more open, a bit more entertaining, gives us an opportunity to go and play.
And your matches for April, a lot of them have been rescheduled now to appear on TV. Is that giving it kind of an added excitement in the changing room? The guys looking forward to that? You're looking forward to that going further into the season?
From a play perspective, it doesn't really matter if it's Friday night or Saturday. The disappointment for us is more, I understand that these games have to get played. Some of them have to get played on TV on Friday nights, but we've got an awful lot of them getting played. I think we've got 5, possibly 6 towards the end of the season. It's a big ask for the fans. We're asking our fans to follow us all over the country, to try and help us, to support us and push us forward, and we're asking them to go to Inverness on a Friday night at 7:05. It can be very difficult for fans to take half days off work to travel up there. Also the games at Tannadice, we have a number of fans that come from the west coast, from up north, so I can understand 1 or 2. Disappointing we've got that many, I think.
And going into Friday night, you're playing a team that are 18 points behind you. Do you think they're going to be a bit more aggressive on the pitch than perhaps you've seen with people like Alloa, who try and kind of break you down and kind of cause different kind of obstacles?
Yeah, I think John's team, although they've lost a few players in the January window, still play the same kind of style, quite open, quite direct. They've got some really good attacking players, full-backs are advanced, so I expect it to be a totally different game. I think it'll be a more gung-ho game. I think it'll be more open, more exciting than the previous games we've had.
On Friday there was a bit of a disagreement in the changing room. People were feeling a bit passionate about the game. Are you thinking that people are kind of just so looking forward to the final goal, the final getting those points, that they're just getting a bit too emotional with things? Or
no, I don't think it's emotional at all. I think it's just boys that are used to winning and want to win every game and have standards. Whether that be a first team game every night, whether it be training, the boys want to win every time. That's what we want. You have to have winners in your team. That's the reason we're sitting where we are in the league, because there's been situations in games where other teams might have just faltered, might have dropped points, might have not gone on to win a game, but we've got guys here that want to win every single week. And I was quite happy to come into the dressing room and be quiet and let them have a pop for a couple of minutes and then speak, because I think it shows that there's a hunger to do well here. Going to Alloa and drawing 1-1 isn't acceptable, and the players know that, we know that, so it's important that they get that frustration out.
The mindset and the will to win that you've spoken about and Mark spoke about earlier on, and things like what happened in the changing room on Friday, does that kind of show you the determination of the squad to take this to the end result this season?
I think it shows me that it's a strong group. It's a group that want to win. It's a group that are mentally strong. I've been in dressing rooms, played for teams, managed teams that come in after these games and it's very quiet, nobody says a word, and that can be a worry. But we've got a group here that there's a lot of leaders in the group that want to do well, that are really driving standards. Makes it easy for me and my coaching staff, because we know that they're leading it for us. So it was great. Yes, we were disappointed in the result, but the aftermath of it, to show the passion and the aggression to make sure that we put this right was very important.
Although disappointing, the important thing is that week in, week out, still picking up points. It's still another point to the target at the end of the day.
You're not going to win every game, that's the thing. People expect, because we're Dundee United, we're doing really well in the season, everyone says, right, this game you should win that, 3 points. People will be looking at the next 6 games and saying we should be picking up 18 points, and scoring X amount of goals, but football doesn't work like that. We have highs and lows, we can dominate games and and not get the result we want. We can play very poorly and get 3 points. So it's important that we look at the bigger picture of it. We're in a really good position. We've got a massive game Friday night. If we can get 3 points in that one, it gives us another step forward. And ultimately, the objective at the end of the season is to get promoted, and we still need to do it.
How much of a difference do you think the game will be on Friday, bearing in mind that from the last 3 or 4 games, it's teams that have done everything to stop being defeated to playing a team that have to win?
Yeah, but like I said, a little bit a totally different dynamic in the game. Not just because of where we are each team in the league, but also, I know John really well. John managed me when he was at Hearts. He's very attack minded. He was a great striker himself, so he thinks about how he's going to hurt the other team, as opposed to he plays some games when it's all about just shutting up shop. And like every team's different. A couple of teams have come here recently and managed to get points off us doing that. Do I expect John to do it? Probably not. I expect John to come and have a goal, which is what I would do as well.
Got a player in on trial at the moment. Is there any updates on what's happening there?
Yeah, we've got a couple of players on trial. We've got a few in the younger age group as well, at the 18s. We've got a few in the first team, so we've got a reserve game today. One, possibly 2 of them will play in that as well. We'll assess them over the course of the week.
And further team news for Friday?
Oh, good. McMullen's back. He trained yesterday. He'll do almost a full session a day. Peary's back in. The rest of them, I think, just wee knocks from Friday night will all train today or on Thursday. And then Nicky Clark, good news, he's got the boot off, he's walking, so we're hoping to push him in the next kind of month or 2 to try and get him back. Okay,
last one from me. Mark Connolly said that staying as a group, as a family group, all within the Dundee area, is the difference between Dundee United in previous seasons and this season's. Do you feel that's the same?
I think it's got a big part to play in it, to be honest. I think when I first came in over a year ago now, it was mandatory for the players to come and stay within a distance. We decided when we came in that we would take that away, because we felt it was forcing players to come here when maybe didn't want to come. But what we found is that by taking that away, the players actually started coming. So they've got. To be fair, we also brought in some experienced players that had wives, kids, so they come as a group. When you do that, you get more guys coming and they start to build a relationship as well. So I think it's really important that the players are in the community, they're visible in the community, they're going to schools, they get the feel of the city instead of coming in, training and disappearing up the road and they don't really get any relationship. So I think it's really important. It's one that I think is kind of grew natural because of the age and the situation of the players that have come in, but it's one that we're really pleased with.